Listening session of the Bloomington City Council to order tonight. We have one person who called ahead of time. Sally, were you hoping to speak tonight as well? No. Okay, Sally, come on up. And per our rules of procedure on all this, even though you're the only one on the agenda, we're going to limit it to 10 minutes just to make sure that we stay fair and equal to everybody. So good evening, welcome.
Hi, thanks. Okay, so question, yes or no? Within the first year, the building 8201 Park was occupied. Did the city see tangible and verifiable evidence that the building was being used after 10 p.m. and included various hours through the night? And I sent the email with data that hopefully you would say yes if you read my email.
I don't know that I did read your email this time. Is it?
Oh, it's the first time I sent the question in advance.
Sorry. Nope.
With the answers in advance. So I sent an email with specific data that shows that the property within the first year was used after 10 p.m. and it was used through the night. Hard to continue without.
I thought we've already kind of confirmed though that religious institutions are protected, like they can operate at different times, right?
I think it's understood. I think I mean, we've talked about it, whether it's midnight mass or, an Easter vigil type setup that
Ramadan, whatever.
Ramadan or yes, exactly.
And the point I'm trying to make is that they still have to propose it. They still have to tell the city how they're using the property. They're required to be accurate so that the city can say whether that's injurious or not, whether that actually works in the neighborhood or not. Something specific that happened right away was the light pollution, people being woken up in the middle of the night. That would have been addressed had they said, we intend to use the property through the night. And then somebody would have gone over there and said, okay, how does that work? For instance, some properties are required to have a berm so that when the cars are parked, the lights aren't going directly into the home across the street. And Smith Park is complete flat surface. So they were required to be accurate. And so again, you don't recall, so it's not something that you could answer.
No, I'm sorry. I get a lot of.
Okay.
Sally, I do.
Yeah.
Sorry. So I didn't get to that one.
All right. So then I'll just read 2012, May 10th, 2012. I sent data from environmental health that states, we are being awakened in the middle of the night with trucks and traffic at 821 Park Avenue. They are there between 2 to 4 a.m. with big semis going in and out. We realize they have a prayer at 5 a.m., but this is going on between 2 and 4. June 24th, 2012. Data. There's a course from 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. states 8th annual summer course in Islamic Sharia. So the point of this is within the first year. They proposed to use 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. Never said that it was going to be used afterwards. So the city didn't do the city did what they're supposed to do. Yeah. Reading from specifically what the city attorney had said, that what the city uses for making determinations. I'm out of order, so it's not as easy to. The decision is based on the record. So that record includes things like the application, the testimony, the public hearing, public comment, discussion, staff reports, the totality of information. The totality of the information for 821 Park did not include a use after 10 p.m. and before 7 a.m. So the city did not take in consideration, and they didn't include it, yet within the first year, it was being used after 10 p.m.
But if I could just interject, a question and interjection. So the examples that you're reading there, are those from emails or sent?
Yes.
Emails you got through a DPA or something?
Emails. The second one is an actual document from the building showing that the course was from 9 p.m. till.
Okay.
Okay. So on August 15th, 2012, We were called again at 2:55 to Smith Park for cars parking in the Smith Park parking lot. The officer talked to Mr. Aziz, have him make an announcement. Mr. Aziz said he already made one announcement, but the cars parked in the parking lot at 2:55 were new arrivals who should be departing in 15 to 20 minutes. Notice this is 3 a.m. in the morning and he's informing, Mr. Aziz is informing, or the person who wrote this email is informing that they're going to be departing in 15, 20 minutes. This is in and out through the night. And again, this wasn't proposed, so the city never addressed it. And the city still hasn't addressed it. You've increased the use of the property, but still haven't addressed the fact that this neighborhood has in and out traffic in the middle of the night.
And as we've talked about a few times now, I mean, you talk about the totality of the facts and the information. The totality of the facts include that it was not listed in the conditional use permit, right? I mean, so to say that, you know, that there was not a time limit, there was in the staff proposal or the presentation, but not within the conditional use permit.
So this is parking in the Smith Park parking lot. So one of the things I was going to say is in 2011, did the city post park signs that state, City of Bloomington park regulations, park hours, half hour before sunrise to 10 p.m. and shut the parking lot lights off at 10:30 p.m. So it's a closed parking lot and there are cars parked in the closed parking lot.
There was work done on the parking lot and to improve.
Added an entrance.
Yeah. Nathan?
That wasn't an improvement for the city. That was an improvement for the building. And the data even states that adding that entrance added value to the building because adding that entrance allowed the building to increase the usage of the building. So it wasn't a benefit for the city. It was an expense that actually came out of our park funds, 41,000 or something.
So a couple things here. So first of all, again, you're referencing events that took place, in this case, a decade ago. So I'm going to ask two questions here. So the first question is, I mean, this all happened a decade ago. Did you raise these issues with the city council then? And then my second question is, you said just now, the city still has not addressed this. And yet I think almost everyone in this room has asked you specifically, what action are you looking for the city to take? And you have responded that you are not looking for the city to take any particular action. So how are we supposed to address something if you aren't telling us what you would like us, what would be addressing it in your point of view?
I did bring it up, and then the previous way that the speaking at city council meetings, the open comment period.
Yep.
If you brought it up once, you couldn't bring it up again. So it was very difficult. So the emails.
Did you get a response from, any kind of response from the city when you raised it?
It's so complex, you know, like for instance, when we brought up the fact that they're parking the cars in a closed Smith parking lot, there were no lights in this parking lot. It was dangerous.
So, okay, but what I'm hearing you say is that you did get a response from the city when you raised it.
And the responses were, it varied so much, where they'd say they had permission and then we'd do data and find out they didn't have permission. And it didn't make sense that they said they had permission because there were no lights in the parking lot.
Sorry to interrupt, but I get what you're saying. I think what we're running into here is, again, it's not that you didn't get a response. It's not that you didn't get the answer to your question. It's just not satisfactory.
It was inaccurate, plain and simple, it was inaccurate.
That, well, we
And then-
back and forth on that before.
So the second part of it, the second part of how to address it is specifics. I've said more than once, and when we've even sent the data where people have parked their cars and left their lights on for extended time. I'm thinking 10 minutes. I have video, you know, I haven't reviewed that particular video, but an extended amount of time. So how are you to address that? How am I supposed to come up with the exact thing that addresses the parking lot used through the middle of the night? I personally thought that the parking lot shouldn't have been used because they proposed a limit of a maximum of 300. It's the middle of the night. They have a parking lot of 150 parking spaces. Their maximum of the assembly is 300. It's the middle of the night. There can be no other activity in the middle of the night. And yet they're parking in their parking lot. It's full at 150, filling up the parking lot and parking in the street. And yet nobody's addressing that their maximum in that room is 300. Now, am I supposed to come up with a solution? I'm telling you, there's an issue over there. And the numbers didn't make sense. And some,
This is happening now, though. You're saying.
yes,
10
continue.
years ago.
Officially at 10 minutes. We're officially at 10.
Thanks.
Thank you, Sally.
Yep, they bet. Are you able?
Andy, you didn't call ahead. We have time for you if you, no.
After his sign, like we have to grab the. You guys got time for me, right?
Always time for you, Andy, always.
First off, I wanted to say that I talked to Andy Thule. I talked to Dr. Melby. I understand you guys had a conversation about a possible career and technical fair. Is that true?
Yes.
Excellent, excellent. I would love to see it, at City Hall. So I'm glad you guys had some conversation about that. So I think that we could do a bang up job with all our great business and industry here. I wanted to talk, well, Sally, I actually have some video of parking issues around that area, around the Darrell area, where cars are parked like facing the wrong way on the wrong side of the street, like in no parking zone. So if you guys ever want to see it, I have video of it, you know what I mean? So she's not just blowing smoke. I mean,
Fine.
there is some non-compliance issues over there and
And I think she's always been
interesting because there's two
I-
cars in front of the building. And when I called dispatch, they were like, no, we're not going to do anything.
they've always been advised, call dispatch, and
Yeah,
and
and-
what our police do is try to work toward compliance as opposed to enforcement. I mean,
I wanted to mention about dispatch too, because I had my kids the other day and we were going down Nicollet heading northbound. And there was a fella swinging a big stick around, at the intersection, right? And I felt a little intimidated. My kids are like, so anyway, I called dispatch and I get this, was he threatening you? They asked me, was he threatening you? And I said, no, he wasn't threatening, but I said, I felt uncomfortable and I could tell other people at the corner were, but I felt diminished by the call. So this happened Saturday at about 1:45 to 2:00 this Saturday. So
In your car or?
yeah, I pulled into a side street to talk. I was in my vehicle. I said, and this dude was swinging around a rather large stick, right? And I had another friend the same day had a gas smell on the west side of town. And she said this dispatcher also treated her very rudely, right? So I know,
Same dispatcher?
I think it might have been. She said it was a lady on the phone. So I know you guys can go back and listen to those conversations, so I would like you guys to address that. I shouldn't, if somebody's swinging a big stick around near my truck, I do feel a little intimidated, right? And I should have been a little better customer service there. And that's, I don't know if this lady was having a bad day, but I've had, like that, just, I thought that was unacceptable as far as a dispatch. And I know you guys have talked about farming out dispatch, please keep it in Bloomington, but that's a really first line of customer service. So when I call, I would hope to say, we'll send a community service officer over and we'll take a look. We'll check this person out, make sure they're okay or whatever, but that's intimidating. I'm sure if you guys pulled up to an intersection and you saw someone swinging a big stick around, you're not going to feel comfortable in your neighborhood, at least. So I'm just kind of bringing that up, for you guys to kind of muster over. And as I said, West Bloomington, similar response, gas smell, was treated rudely by this person. So I just hope that doesn't continue to exist. So I'll bring that to the council. And I know is that a division of the law enforcement?
Yes.
That's like, okay. Yeah. So I didn't see Chief here today. I think that I think he's had a busy day. I saw his live press thing. So looks like he's been rather busy lately.
He's up now.
He's out there now. Okay. I can talk to Chief too, but I just want to let council know that. I mean, that is a customer service thing. It's people should feel comfortable calling their local non-emergency police, and having a nice response, in that regard. But that's all I have. So,
Okay.
Thank you.
Very good. Well, thank you.
Thanks.
Council, no one else here? And look for a motion to adjourn.
Second?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries 7-0. We're adjourned. Be back in a half hour downstairs.